We're going to show you a little later how we make this a 3-bedroom RV for our family of 4. There are less fights and less arguments.
So that's only 6 items that you need.
There's more TVs in this Class C than there are in our travel trailer.
It's just the wrong height here. We're doing brand new stuff with this Class C.
That stuff is amazing. Real life feedback from real RVers. It is going to be an epic summer. After 7 years living in our travel trailer, we are actually joining the motorized RV community this summer, traveling up to Alaska. This is Grand Design's new Lineage 25 FW. They're letting us take it for a little bit. We're gonna give them some real feedback, real life feedback from real RVers as they launch Lineage later on this summer. And we're gonna show you a little later how we make this a 3-bedroom RV for our family of 4.
So you've probably seen some tours of this already. We're gonna give you a little tour, but we're also gonna show you more how we live in this Class C, how we have it set up. So it's gonna be a little bit different. Like Jess has said before, we lived in a travel trailer before, but that doesn't exactly equip us to live in something like this. So we followed our own advice as far as setting up this RV. Whether you're getting a different type of RV or you're getting a brand new RV and you've never RV'd before, the temptation is to just go buy a bunch of stuff that you think you're gonna need, think you're gonna use, and we advise against that. So we took our own advice and we drove 2,000 miles, slept in it, lived in it, to figure out how we function in a smaller space. So that's the advice. Don't go buy stuff that you might not need. Even if it's awesome, you might not pull it out because it's just not practical in a lot of places. So don't ruin your overall experience RVing because you've brought too much stuff, because you don't have the weight or the capacity or the storage that you need. Don't buy everything. Just wait to see what you actually need.
Test it out, find out what works for you, what works for your family. We promise it'll make your RV experience that much better.
Let's actually get into this tour and show you instead of just talking about RVing.
So one of our biggest concerns moving from the truck and the travel trailer to a much smaller rig was we were really worried about what kind of storage we were gonna have. I kept thinking we're gonna need to pare down to like literally half of everything we own. Surprisingly, there is so much storage in this and we didn't have to get rid of as many things as we thought. So we wanna show you some of the different storage options, where we've put things and why we've put them there.
All right, so first of all, I needed a place to charge my batteries. I got a lot of DeWalt tools, so I needed a place to, have them handy. And there's only 2 storage compartments that actually have an outlet in it. So when you're planning your storages, make sure you take that into account, where you actually need to charge stuff, what needs to be plugged in, and how accessible it needs to be.
So like Corey was saying, you need to think about the things that you are going to get into the most often. What are your priorities in the RV, and make sure you're putting those in the most easy accessible locations on the exterior of the RV.
All right, so the most important storage for me is in here. My detail supplies and cleaning supplies, lubrications, anything like that I'm going to get at a lot. We keep our blower in here. You have to have a blower. We found out you have to have a blower while you RV. There's no way around it. And it's so small, so it doesn't matter. We have a little vacuum cleaner. We keep our outdoor mat in here. Need a hammer. So this is my upgraded hammer. A good friend just bought this for me because he was tired of seeing me with a little one. So yes, it's a hatchet, but it's a hammer too. How often do you need a hammer RVing? I don't want to carry 2 different heavy things around, so this does it. And the other 2 tools that I keep in here are Friscar's foldable saw that cuts like butter, and a compact foldable shovel. You'd be surprised how often you need to dig sometimes. As far as detailing equipment, I don't know if you want to hear this right now, but there's not very much you need to just simply maintain your rig. You need a wash brush, you need a squeegee. I think you need a blower, but you can, maybe not get that. I used a ceramic car wash, so that's putting wax on every single time. It's a ceramic coating, not wax, but anyways. I use Meguiar's all-purpose cleaner. That does so much. It takes the bugs off. It does everything based on how you dilute it. And then I use a water-based tire dressing. So you can get a matte finish or a shiny finish, however you want it. And then after that, you just need a pack of microfibers, because microfibers are used inside, outside. You can use those for everything. Wash them again if you want, or use them for a really nasty job and just throw them away. So that's only 6 items that you need, and you can do your truck, you can do your trailer, you can do a motorized, you can do everything you need to do with those 6 items. 7 if you include the blower. I really think it's 7. All right, around the back side of the RV, or like I like to say, the business end of the RV, you got your standard stuff, and there's actually quite a bit more room in here than you think. So I'm able to fit my normal stuff back here. One other thing I forgot to mention in the beginning of this is this little lip right here has an LED strip light. So you can light up this entire RV at night. It looks pretty sweet. This is the main storage under the bed. And you know you gotta have a grill. So this is where I keep a 22-inch Blackstone with a cover. I just bought this because I wanted the one with the cover. You got sewer hoses in here and in their own compartments. This is completely empty. This is just to show you how much storage is actually in here. A couple tripod stools. We have a little thing I like to call a camp candle. So this is literally just a giant candle, and if it's just the wrong height here, just a giant candle that you can reuse. We've got it before. It was so much fun. I figured with this compact situation we're in, that would come in handy. I keep some tools in here, some leveling blocks in here, and then my extension pole for the brush and the squeegee. And then there's just one more storage compartment that's almost as big as that, and it's down under the slide. No, I lied. There's one more storage. Look at this one first.
This is the cute little baby one.
So we have, I'm going to show you down there below, we keep our Lippert love seat because I just couldn't go away from it. But then we figured we might go compact with these, and I saw, I'm cheaping out. Click makes a product like this, but I'm pretty sure this is the exact same thing. It's half the money. You can get these little chairs at Walmart for like 40 bucks. Love it. And then this is how big the next storage is. We have a love seat in there. This is the Maguires I was telling you about, some Def, some MREs. This table, and I'll just show you it set up, is the best thing we bought. We had it in our boat years and years ago. We had it in the travel trailer. We beat it up, so I just bought a new one. It is totally worth it. And then other than that, you know, random tools. I couldn't bring my chainsaw, but I did bring DeWalt's compact reciprocating saw that put a 9-inch pruning blade or 12-inch, whatever you want, and you're gonna cut through some wood. All right, speaking of compact, one more thing I wanted to get, instead of like the traditional inflators like the Viair or like a DeWalt compressor, I got a Fantic. It's really small. It's a portable compressor. It'll blow these things up to 150 PSI. You set the PSI and it just goes, but the thing is so small. Brushless motor. I'm really excited to have this. Okay, so I know this is boring. We're talking about the outside of storages, but there's actually a ton of storage. We weren't expecting that. We've never had an onboard generator, so we've got a generator, flick of a button. We're really feeling fancy. And as far as power goes, their standard on these is 600 watts on the roof. It's got a 1,000 watt inverter, so you can just have everything running all the time. It's been handy, very, very handy. And it's got 2 lithium batteries. This is all standard. They're charging by the sun. They're charging by the generator. They're mainly charging while you're just simply running down the road. There's a ton of amps just going back while you're driving. All right, so let's get inside. All right, before we go back inside, this is something we didn't mention. There's a 40-inch TV that we can watch outside. We haven't used it yet, but well, maybe it'll be an opportunity. All right, enough looking at me.
Fun fact, there's more TVs in this Class C than there are in our travel trailer.
All right, we're gonna look at her. She's better to look at than me.
Come right in, guys. Welcome to our new home for the summer. We are beyond excited to be able to not only share this with you guys, but also to be able to share our feedback with Grand Design and to be able to kind of live very differently than we have full-time for the last 7 years. We're not going to be able to cover every single item that we got on here, but if you guys are interested, we will list everything on our Amazon store that you'll be able to link to in the description below. We'll have a certain section that's just for the Class C and the items that we have found super helpful for us to live in this RV. We're gonna start in the cockpit and then we're gonna work our way around the RV.
I like the way you said cockpit. That's like it's a spaceship, you know?
It feels kind of space-like.
One small aside, we're gonna leave the AC on while we film this. That's how quiet it is. Well, I hope it sounds quiet. It is super quiet in here. You can function normally, and this thing is not gonna bother you. Back to you, Vanna.
So here's our cockpit area. One of the things that is very different for us is being able to have access to the RV while we're driving. That's like the best part of motorized, right? So the fact that the chairs both spin around gives us more accessibility in here. You don't need any curtain here because they have amazing magnetized blinds that go in both of the side windows and in the front, and it blocks everything. Like, it's really impressive how tight they are. This is our milepost in case anyone has ever gone to Alaska. We did not have this the last time we went. It was like one of the things Marissa said to me the first time they met us. They were like, how did you come to Alaska without the milepost book?
We're not making that mistake again.
We have it this time. So I will list this in our Amazon store as well. If you guys are making a trip to Alaska, it's something necessary. One of the things that we did not realize was going to be a huge change between going from being in the truck traveling to being in this traveling is that the girls have gotten an opportunity to kind of play co-pilot, and the conversations and the things that they've been able to do and learn, like being up front with one of us while we're driving, has been such a really fun surprise. I've really enjoyed them. I've loved watching them have these hour-long conversations with Corey. It's been really, really cool.
Yeah, it's something that we just never thought about. The fact that you can change co-pilots so easy, people can go and come and nobody's getting bored. It's just, it's the way to go.
And he lets me drive a little bit more.
Oh yeah, the girls will be driving it. So if that's a question you guys have, the girls will be driving it. But we literally just took a cross-country trip, 2,000 miles. There's going to be a lot of opportunities.
It was a lot of driving. So that's pretty much it. It's very basic for the cockpit area. This is Lily's space. Everyone's been very curious about how we're traveling with 2 full-grown children in the RV. Lily's going to be sleeping up here. The only modification that we've made to this space is that we bought a 1.5-inch topper for her bed. Quick tip for you guys, parents who are traveling with multiple kids: if you have 2 beds that you need to cut to size anyways, we bought a king mattress topper and we cut Lily's and Layla's out of it. Layla's is actually this whole dinette that folds down into a bed, so that might save you a little bit of money, and it was super easy and they fit almost perfectly, cutting it in half. One of Lily's favorite parts about her space is that there's a motorized shade for the window up here. This place gets completely black with the shades that are in here. One of our favorite features is that these are actually European windows, so they actually open out and you can bring down a screen if they're open, or at nighttime you can black out this place.
Zero light gets through.
Nothing.
This is what it looks like in here with all the blinds closed.
It's amazing. And then the other part about the windows that I love the most is that while we're traveling and driving, it feels like you're on a train with this giant window out here. We girls and I have played cards at the table while driving. It's like really right.
Okay, I'm jumping away from our clockwise rotation, but this is a bug zapper. It stays on at night if you want to, and it just zaps automatically, or you can just whack the crap out of them. Before, I used to use an elastic, and that kind of got messy, and I was getting yelled at a lot. So
yes,
that's my new solution.
One of the things that we've learned is that when you're in a smaller space like this, make sure that you're not just looking at traditional storage options. So we actually have our T-Mobile stored up in the girls' space up here. We used what most people would use in a refrigerator. We found the perfect size bin to be able to store shoes underneath our seats. So sometimes you got to think outside the box, but those are working really, really well for us. We bought an over-the-door hanger to be able to hang some extra sweatshirts to get them out of cabinetry and easy access. I mean, there's all kinds of easy ways you can store stuff. We figured out that our sunglasses go really well up here.
That did not come with this. This is just a great way to just check to make sure you're not wrecking yourself.
You're all put together before you leave.
And this thing has a couple storage, so I keep like some tools and flashlights and all that kind of stuff in there. But it's more functional than I thought it was going to be.
Way more. Just like we were talking about outside, you're going to need to find priority spaces that are the larger storage areas inside an RV too. And that needs to be, like we said, whatever's a priority for you. So this is one of the biggest storage spaces in the RV. And for us,
and
that means...
don't judge me. It's not pretty, but all of my camera equipment has a place to go. This is one of 2 compartments that have power in it, so I needed to use one that had power in it. And this is powered by the inverter as well, so while we're driving down the road, everything can be charging every place. It doesn't look like it. I'm going to work on this space over time. Give me a second. We've only been in here 4 days.
It's been really quick. That's one thing that we haven't found all of our organizational solutions to.
Because
in some of these.
It's such a big space. It wasn't a priority. It doesn't look good, but it's functional. All the stuff's in there.
Yep, absolutely. And it's charging. And I really love that they thought through certain things that need to be charging while you're driving down the road. All right, one of the spaces that we did find some organizational solutions for is this larger cabinet. We needed a little bit of elevation. We found these at Walmart. They are amazing. We bought 3 of them. We have them in different spaces in the RV. It's just so nice to be able to have it all together.
That's a big open space that you think maybe they should be shelves in there, but maybe you have tall items, so that gives you the option to store bigger stuff if you have it.
I love that it's open, actually. It's great. There are 2 burners in the RV, which is perfect, but you will notice that there is no oven, hence the Blackstone in our storage out back. What I'm really excited about is this is actually an air fryer microwave, and I cannot wait to test this out because we are going to have a similar version to this in our new RV that we're designing with Grand Design that's going to be done this fall, and it will not be in place of an oven, but we will actually have that as an option. I cannot wait to have an air fryer in the RV.
Because we don't really utilize all the space a full-size microwave does. We do popcorn, and she reheats her coffee 10 million times.
That's true. All right, the next item is something that Corey has wanted for forever, and moving into the Class C has given him the opportunity to actually purchase it. This is our new water filtration system, the water drop. He's going to give you all the info because I don't know all the details.
So this is actually an RO system that you would normally think would be big and bulky, but if you've ever bought a bottle of purified water, that is what this little machine makes. It is efficient, it is awesome. We went with one that had a hot water function, so you can dispense any temperature you want instantly. So you can make coffee that way, you can make tea that way, instead of having 2 different machines.
It's going to be perfect for sunrise and donuts. We don't need to take a lot of time. We'll be able to just make our stuff in the morning and get out for the sunrise.
We love our espresso maker, but you know, we felt like we had to compromise a little bit, and I hate buying bottled water.
Yeah.
You can't carry it around. Before we had the truck, so we could carry around a few cases of water. We don't have that option now, so we prioritize this space for good water.
Yes.
I'm kind of a water snob. I don't want it to have any taste.
Yeah.
And that thing is amazing. That is what we're used to buying for bottled water. Now we don't have to. In our next RV, we're gonna build one of these under the sink, so it's just gonna be seamless. So this is the perfect solution for us. If you didn't want the hot water function, they actually have one that adds an extra layer of protection, and that would be a UV filter. So it's really good, safe water, and we'll keep you updated, see how long the filters last. Enough about water. But water's important, water's life.
Water is life.
And then, like we mentioned before, we have another one of these slides right in here for all your crap that you need. And then all of these drawers, tons and tons of storage.
All right, ladies, everybody knows that refrigerator storage is very, very important in an RV, whether you're on vacation or whether you're living full time in it. This is actually the same size that we've upgraded to in our Reflection. It is a 10 cubic foot, 12 volt refrigerator. But the big difference that I love the most is that the French doors offer such easier storage and access to everything.
An insane amount of space in this little fridge.
It's so nice. We love it.
Open the freezer. The only thing bad is the freezer is slightly smaller, but still a ton of room. Actually, I want to show you this.
Yes, I was going to say, this is one of our favorite things.
We don't have an ice maker. We just don't have the room for an ice maker. This is the most clever ice maker I've ever seen. So you just throw it in there, fill it up, open this thing up, and then separate it. And you have all these cubes of ice that you can store if you want to, or just leave it right in here. This is one of the first things I bought on Amazon that looked gimmicky that actually works. This makes a ton of ice in a small space that is watertight, that won't mess up your freezer. Okay, but seriously, is that not the awesomest ice cube maker?
Amazing. He was very excited about showing me how he was making ice. It's actually really awesome because we can dump it into storage bags, we can save them and put them in smaller spaces. Best ice solution other than our ice maker on the countertop that we've ever had. I was terrified to move into Class C because I thought we were going to have to sacrifice on the bathroom, and I am so thrilled that that is not the case. This is the bathroom in our little Class C. I can't believe how much storage actually is in here. We have 2 daughters. They have a lot of stuff. I have stuff, and we've been able to put everything in all of this storage area. I don't know if you guys do this or not, but one of our favorite hacks that we use in the Reflection as well as in here is using command hooks in the bathroom. So we keep all of our towels in here so they're not cluttering up the bathroom while we're using it on day-to-day basis. And then when we need to take a shower, we just take the towels down, keep the one up that we need, and shower, and it's great. We put in a little corner caddy, but other than that, the bathroom has been perfect. One thing that I will say is that if you do have an RV that has multiple shower heads, usually you have like the adjustable one over here that you can move around. We just used a suction cup with a clip to utilize a little bit less water while we're boondocking.
So even though there's a king size mattress in here, there is still so much room back here. I closed this because it was messing up the lighting in here. But look how big that cabinet is.
Much storage. So this is all of our hanging clothes, all the girls' hanging clothes. Obviously we have clothes folded in different drawers and stuff like that, but fitting 4 grown adults' clothes in this space has actually not been as hard as we thought. So we picked up this little plastic like mini dresser just to add a little bit more drawer space so that it's easier than hanging everything. It's enough room for us to have a laundry basket. We did a little bit of shoe storage over here, which helped. Obviously sneakers take up a lot of space. tennis shoes, whatever you guys call it. But we wanted to keep shoes organized and out of the way as much as possible. And just like we showed you in the kitchen, this was another really great place for us to put another one of these pull-out drawers. It just lifts storage up, allows drawer space. Again, we're moving. This is shaking all over the place like every RV, and so keeping things together instead of letting them fall all over the place has been awesome. Okay, so the rest of the storage above the bed has been awesome for clothing and whatever we need. Corey actually really likes this over here because he can flip this one open, and the lights over here have a USB-C charger on them, so he can actually rest his cell phone up there at night if he needs to. The lights at night are amazing.
Because they're infinitely adjustable. They're
Yes.
every single light in here is dimmable. So you can make your own little mood lighting. And this is the cubby we were talking about before. We got our little hatch in there, our little sound maker, and it actually like deepens the sound. So it's like, it's awesome. Because you gotta be able to drown out those trains and those neighbors that wanna wake up and start their truck for 20 minutes before they leave, waking you up at 5 a.m. Sound machines can save your life. And I feel like this is the never-ending tour, but I promise we're wrapping this up.
It's getting close. There's only so much circle that we can make inside of this. One other thing that I'm thrilled about that we've never had in an RV before is an actual pantry space. So not only did they think of having all the drawers that you can actually pull all the way out, there's lights inside, motion lights. It is so nice to not have to like dig back into a cabinet for the food that you need. And of course, Corey had to take one of them for his spice drawer.
Oh my gosh.
It's his favorite.
It's the best thing ever. So I believe we actually have more of like pantry type storage than our other RV.
Absolutely.
Our current one.
Yep, it's pretty amazing, and we're really excited to actually do some cooking in here. It's been just a few days, but we have a lot to experience as we hit the road.
And that thing doesn't stay out all the time. I don't know why we left it up. It's kind of weird. We'll find a place to tuck that thing away.
We were using it last night because the bugs were pretty bad, and the girls actually think it's hilarious, so they were just like running around the backyard.
Snap, snap,
like,
snap, snap.
hitting all these bugs.
And a quick aside, we have not been in this long, but we were able to print this in 1 hour. I think most Walmarts do it. So it was like $30 to have a canvas print. They're so light.
If you guys have noticed, we have one of these up, a different photo in our current RV, and the reason why we go with Walmart is not just because it's cheap and you can get it in 1 hour and you can find Walmarts everywhere, but also Walmart's canvases are super light compared to like Walgreens, and so you can hang them with just the command strip Velcro. These are actually half strips that I have hanging this up, and it does not move, it does not budge, and it just gives you the ability to make it a little more homey. This one's a little more special to us because we are actually heading back here. This is Moraine Lake. We cannot wait to get back there. That watercolor literally looks just like that, and it's going to be really fun to go back on this adventure. We haven't been in 6 years, as you can see by how little the girls are in this photo.
So yes, this is our theme. It's not just that photo, but it's our journey up to Alaska. It's our very first year of RVing, and I feel like we're doing brand new stuff with this Class C. So that represents our theme for the summer.
So like we said earlier, this is the dinette that then converts down to what's going to be Layla's bed. We ended up getting that topper that I talked about. For Layla's, we did a little bit different because we need to convert it and pick it up every single day. So Layla's, we wrapped in a fitted sheet and we put a blanket with it. We roll it up when we're not using it and put it in a pillowcase, and it stores away super easy. So when she's ready to go to bed, we lower the table, she can pull that out, trying to make it as simple as possible. So if you have a space in an RV that you need to transition on a regular daily basis, try to do as much as you can to make that process quick and as painless for everybody so that there are less fights and less arguments and frustration as you're maneuvering around your RV and living your everyday life.
So up here, we got chips and bread, junk drawer. That's our junk drawer now.
Yep.
And like hard drives and books, and there's actually a ton of storage up there.
It's a ton. So as well as what's up there, these are full pull-outs similar to what Corey designed in our L-shaped dinette. Look how long these drawers are. That's insane. Also, have you guys ever seen anything so cute as this? This is
Not cute.
It's adorable. I mean, this is a 3-quart Instapot.
We probably could have fit our bigger one in there, but I actually wanted a second Instapot. So this gives us the ability to store a smaller one in our next rig as well as our current big one.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And this guy is something Corey has been wanting for forever. This is a venti fan that folds up into this itty bitty tiny little case.
I'll show you it
Check
set
this
up.
out.
but that is a battery powered fan. It's on a tripod, so it can come up about this tall. It oscillates and it runs for like 48 hours on a battery. It's got a light built in, it's got a remote. I've wanted one of these for a long time. Super compact. I don't care what size rig you have. I think that's gonna be handy.
Super fun. All right, we talked about it at the beginning of the video, but we need to show you guys how we make this giant wide open space into a 3-bedroom. One of the things that we also wanted to let you guys know is that this is a prototype from Grand Design. This is only the second one that they ever made. There are things in this RV that are going to be completely different than when the Lineage actually comes out and is being sold. One of those things that they didn't put in this one that will be in other ones is a privacy curtain that will actually be able to block the bed off from the rest of the space. So because this one didn't have it, we had to use a little bit of ingenuity. We created a system to hang a curtain here. We have a curtain for Layla's space, and then we also have a curtain for Lily's space. So we're gonna let you guys see how that all looks. And just like that, we have 3 separate bedrooms. So our master is completely blocked off. Layla has privacy in her space. And then same up here, Lily has some privacy in hers as well.
So for the girls, we just used regular twin sheets, cut them to size, use this like fabric tape to kind of like finish the edge. And it's just simply 2 hooks there and there. And we just use the command strip hooks. And what they're actually hooking on is that you can buy like elastic band.
Yeah, it's like elastic bungee, and I just folded it, made a loop, and sewed it on the corners. So that was super duper easy.
Same thing for there. We hid them behind the slide so you don't see them. And then for ours, we were a little bit more specific about ours. We used an outdoor fabric because it doesn't allow light to pass through.
So it's got a little bit of a rubber edge on the back, but same easy way to finish the edges with that tape, which that stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
So this is the only thing that you can see when it's not set up, and it's a Velcro strip right there. It's clear, so you don't notice it as much, but it's so fast to hook on there. It really sets up in just literally seconds, but I wanted to make sure it was a little bit more fitted. So we wrapped it around the bunk up there. And this is our bedroom.
Our master suite. We actually don't have that in our RV, so having our own little master suite is kind of cool.
Oh my gosh, a master suite.
In a Class C.
3 bedrooms, 4 people. Class C action going on right now.
It is going to be an epic summer in
Oh
Alaska.
man, it's gonna be so cool. Just 3 points of contact, and we're good to go. All right, so what do you think of our 3-bedroom Class C? I'm obviously joking, but it just adds that little bit of extra privacy in a small space. If somebody wants to come up in here into the bunk and just get away,
Yep.
just out of sight, out of mind. Same thing as like good fences make good neighbors. These are our 3 fences right here.
It makes good family members when you put curtains up in an RV. It makes it a lot more functional for our family, and we want the girls to be comfortable. We're really excited to get going on this adventure, and we're so excited that you guys are coming along with us. Let us know your thoughts about the Lineage. What do you think? What would you change? And what do you guys do for your hacks, not only in your RV, but also to make it a homey space that fits your family?
Because we want to learn from you guys too down in the comments.
Yes.
And let us know, did you learn anything from us? I hope we were able to be a little bit helpful. We're excited. We're going to get going to Alaska. Let's end it with the sheet falling down and us like doing something.
Doing something?
Yeah.
No.
She didn't like that idea.
No.
Okay.